All right. Welcome, welcome if you are joining me live today. I am in my studio in Greenwood, Indiana, and it is very cold outside, and the snow is just starting to come down. Here in Indiana, in our area, we're expecting 7 to 10 inches of snow. So that is a lot of snow we have not seen in a really long time. So kind of exciting. I don't know. My son, he'll be 21 this week. He was talking about sledding. I was like, I can't do that with you. My back won't allow me to do that. But I'll go and watch you sled if you want me to. And so I don't know. It's kind of fun to think about sledding because we definitely haven't thought about that in years. All right, paper pumpkin today. So my little teaser was come watch me make a box for my paper pumpkin stamps. How many times have you taken your boxes and created the cards and then sat them on the shelf with your stamp set inside, your ink stuff inside, and you just kind of forgot about it? Well, I have been in this organization mode, and I have decided that I am going to make a box for my paper pumpkin stamps, and I have also created another box to keep my actual ink spots in, and I loved my little box for paper pumpkin so much, I decided that I was going to make a box for all of my embellishments. So that's what we're going to do today. You're going to watch me make my box for my embellishments, but the thought originally came for making it for my paper pumpkin kits. So before we get started, let's do a little talk about what paper pumpkin is. Paper pumpkin is a subscription box that comes straight to your door. It's created by Stampin Up, and when you open up your box, I got a new one here. When you open up your box, you'll get things inside the box to create cards. This one was December's card, so it came out in January. And so we got Stampin' Dimensionals, and we've got some die cuts in here. These were actually really cute. I just never created this box. I was too busy and didn't have a chance, but lots of cute things inside these boxes, and I don't always use everything inside the boxes, and so I put them aside to possibly use them later on down the road. So this one was December's. January's had to do with Valentine's Day, and I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. We did. We just stayed here at the house and decided we could fix steaks better than any restaurant, and so that's what we did. We stayed home and we fixed the Valentine's meal here and had a really, really fun time, just me and Brian, and then Hunter joined us. He still lives here at home. So this was the Valentine box, and I have many paper pumpkin alternates and videos that you can go on to YouTube and look, and I'll put the link right up here on the video if you are on YouTube, and you can click the link and go check out my latest paper pumpkin card tutorial. January's is all over. Now we're starting February's. So February 11th, which was a few days ago, you could begin to subscribe to, if you hadn't already, to Paper Pumpkin. Woo, that was fast. Paper Pumpkin's next box. And so here's what it is. This is kind of like the clues that they're giving us. They're saying that there are going to be 8 cards, 4 each of 2 different designs, and then coordinating envelopes. And I don't know, can you see these envelopes? They are so adorable. It's like a field of flowers. Huh, guess what? I say field of flowers, and coordinating paper was, let's see here in my celebration catalog, if you got in on this, Field of Flowers designer paper was going to be in this. So interesting. This will be fun. We'll be able to see what all we can make. But this kit is called Here's to You. And so the stamp sets that are going to be with this kit, it says the kit's exclusive Here to You stamp set has a sentiment for every occasion. Every milestone at any season of life with the versatile stamp set. So I know some people have been questioning whether there's going to be a stamp set with this one, and the promotion papers that I have said that there is going to be a stamp set. So 8 cards, stamp set, envelopes, coordinating colors if you want to do alternate cards are going to be Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Seaside Spray. And if you don't have any cardstock and you want to make alternates with me, I would love to get you set up with some cardstock and some anything that you need, Stampin' Up tools. I can definitely help you get. All you have to do is send me an email at Lori@harvestlanecraftique.com. That's my email address. And I can send you a catalog. I can get you hooked up with Paper Pumpkin. I can guide you to my Stampin' Up store. And we can get you all set up and get you subscribed to Paper Pumpkin and get you ready for this February kit, because it sounds like it is going to be amazing. Okay, so now that we've talked about what's coming up, and celebration is still going on, you still have until the end of February to cash in on some of this celebration freebies. So, January 28th is your last day, so you have to at least order $50 or more in celebration or in product from our annual catalog or a mini catalog to be able to qualify for free paper stamp sets from our celebration catalog. Great, great deal going on. We're having another one. We'll be running another celebration in July and August. I have all my paperwork in the other room. I did this last time. So sorry. But yes, we'll be having a second celebration this year, which is fun. Okay, so let's come down here. So the paper that I'm going to use today is from that celebration catalog. It's called Paper Blooms Designer Series Paper. And I'm going to go through and just show you real quick what the paper looks like. All of our paper, our designer series paper, most of them are 12 by 12, some are 6 by 6, so you have to read that fine print. But these are our colors that are in this paper. Very, very pretty soft colors. And this is the paper that I chose to use today to make my box for my Paper Pumpkin stamps. All right, so now that we've seen this paper, let me show you what I made. Ta-da! All right, this is what I made. I made a box here, and inside of it fits my Paper Pumpkins. Right here. All right. These are all my Paper Pumpkins. Now, I bought this tab punch from Hobby Lobby. Eventually, once I get going, I am going to label all of my stamp sets. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to end up labeling all of my stamp sets. And I will actually label them to like January 2021, February 2021. I'll label them so that I can flip through them real quick, especially if I know of a stamp set that I want. And let me show you something else that I do. And I'm still kind of updating this and working on this, but I have this binder that I take a picture of all of my stamp sets that I have. And I put them behind the catalog that they're in so that I know how to reference to them. And if they have dies with them, I photocopy the dies and put it on the back so that I know that there are die cuts with them. And so I have my celebration. Once, like these right here in celebration, once these retire, I'll move this back to a retired section that I have further on back here in my little catalog of items that I have. But what I wanted to show you is I have a paper pumpkin tab, and you can't see it, but I also have all of my paper pumpkins in here so that I can quickly see, pull you in real quick, so that I can quickly see like, oh, I need a sweet treat for you. Well, here's a stamp that says a sweet treat for you. Or I need one that says you're amazing. Well, I have a stamp that says you're amazing. And then I can go to my box here and I can see, okay, this was April of 2020, and I'll go to April of 2020, and oh, here is my you're amazing. And so it's just a way to categorize and keep all of my stamps organized. I would say I'm an organizational freak. That's, one of my good things and one of my bad things is all of my crazy organization. I am going to show you something real quick. So I'm going to put this on my face, and then I'm going to move my top camera here because I want to show you what I bought this weekend. But I've got to kind of figure out how this is going to work. Okay. Oh, I got to go sideways. Sorry if this makes you sick. Are we upside down? Ah, yay. Okay. I bought this cart. Sorry if this is kind of making you sick, but I bought this cart this past weekend. And this is where I have taken all of my stuff, and I'm going to come over here and show you what's in it. I keep my bone folders and my stamp and seal. Am I up there? Yeah. And I have another little box where I keep all my dimensionals and my glues. And then we're going to come down here. This is awful. Okay. And this is kind of where I keep all of my dies. I made this box. I went in the garage and I actually cut the wood and made the box. So I still have to label all my dies. And my new boxes for my paper pumpkin, they're going to fit right in here. And then down here on the bottom, I have all of my ink spots, and I have my heating tool, and come down, and I have all of my embossing glitter. So, yeah, I'm excited that to see how this is going to work for my craft room. All right, crazy times. That was kind of wild there. Okay, let me make sure I'm back in my screen here on my upper camera. I am. All right, so here's the box. Let's make the box. All right? Okay, so first thing I used was chipboard. Now, the chipboard is what kind of makes my box steady. It makes it so it's not going to topple over. So that's what is around the actual base of inside the card. It's hard. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's nice and hard. So I use chipboard. I got this chipboard off of Amazon. I will put the link down below so that you can order a chipboard if you are wanting to make something like this. This one is a medium grade chipboard, and it's a 12 by 12. So this is where I got all of my pieces from. I use this as my background. All right, now Posh Paper Lady, I believe that's her name. When I first started paper crafting, I watched a lot of her videos, and she makes the cutest boxes, and that's kind of where I got the idea from. All the dimensions, they are mine because I made them to fit the size of my actual stamps. So I had to kind of recreate what she did, but she uses this nice knife here, and it's Fiskers. And again, I got this off of Amazon also, and she uses it to cut her chipboard. This doesn't work for my hands. With the lupus, it's too much. It hurts me too bad to do this. But these X-Acto knives, they do cut this chipboard, and it cuts it actually very nicely, especially if you have a ruler sitting by and you're cutting against the ruler, you can get a nice straight edge. I would not recommend using your paper trimmer. I think it will only dull your blade on your paper trimmer, so I wouldn't recommend doing that at all. But I have gone in and used my paper trimmer and created like a score line so that I could get my ruler set up nice and straight when I was first trying out this X-Acto blade. But because I enjoy making these boxes, and I've made some calendar binders, and I have made some note card little little paper packets. I invested in a big paper trimmer. Let me show you what that looks like. And again, I bought this off of Amazon too, and I will put the link below. I think that's about as far out as I can go on my paper trimmer. But this just helps me just slice. This is like your old school one that the teachers used in the classroom, and you get all of your paper cutting done with this. So I use this for my heavy duty chipboard when I need it cut. So I'll put all those links below so that you can get to them if you want to check them out. All right, let's get to making this box. All right, so my chipboard. I will put all the measurements below. I'm going to say them very quickly, but I will put them all below. Okay, you'll need 2 pieces, 3 by 3.5. You're going to need 2 of them. Those are going to be the sides of your boxes. So I'll have my sides of my box. Then you're going to have 2 long sides of your box. These are 3 by 6. These are 3 by 6. And then you're going to have your base. And it's 6 1/8 by 3 3/4. So you're going to have a total of 5 pieces. I used 1 piece of chipboard to cut all of this out. I only needed 1 piece. The other thing that I use is this tape. Now, this one is a 2-inch, and what I'm doing is I'm just taping down the chipboard so that when I get ready to put my paper on here, it will go on nice and easy. And I put it on both sides. You don't have to do that. You could put it on one side and use glue for the other side. However you want to do yours, that will work. I even think like the stamp and seal would be plenty enough if that's what you had and you wanted to use. Oh my goodness, the snow is really starting to come down outside. Okay, so I'm just going on here, putting it on the front and the back of each of these pieces. I didn't do this beforehand because I actually wanted you to see me do it. So I line it up, and I use my chipboard as my tear. So let me show you again. I put it down, I line it up, whoops, and I tear. And let's get this piece. This is pretty quick. Once you learn how to get your tape on there straight. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter. All right. I think that's all that I'm going to use of that size. Then I have, I believe this is like a 1.5. Let's see. I could be wrong. Let's see. Oh, no. This is a 1 inch. This one is a 1 inch. And I used my 1 inch. Again, you don't have to have your tape, but I will link it below. We do have some of this tape in my Stampin' Up store, but not all these different sizes. So I'll link my Amazon. And then this one's probably, what, a 1/2 inch? Yeah, this is a 1/2 inch. And I've had this tape. I've made a ton of these boxes and a ton of notepads and stuff, and this tape is still going strong, so it goes a long way. And I don't remember the price. It wasn't very expensive, but definitely worth the ease of all of this. All right, almost done here. Let me get this on. This is going to be a longer video than normal, so I hope you stay with me. If you can't stay the whole time, come back and watch and see how we did it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to grab is my Take Pick tool, and I'm also going to grab my bone folder. And I'm just going to kind of go across these and just kind of make sure they're down good and secure. All right. I'm going to move quickly here. All righty. Last one. All right. So let's start with the base of our box. So the base of our box has paper. So this is the paper that I chose. To make this box, you need 2 sheets of the same DSP paper, Designer Series paper. That's what the DSP stands for. So this one I cut at 8 by 5.5 and 5 3/4 by 3.5. And again, I will leave all of those dimensions down at the bottom. And so I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to flip it over. So this is the opposite side. I'm going to use my Take Pick tool and I'm going to lift the backing of this paper, and that leaves a sticky surface for me to place my chipboard on my card. Okay, so I'm just pretty much just centering it. I'm eyeballing it. I know that I wanted, I don't know, let's see here. Yeah, about 1 inch all the way around the sides. All right, then I'm going to flip it on the side, and I'm just kind of making a score line along my chipboard. Just making a score line so that my chipboard, so I can just fold it in like this. And it doesn't rip my paper at all. All right, and then a lot of times I'll come back in with my bone folder and go around it all the way around. All right, then I'm going to grab my paper snips, and in each of these corners there is, and you're not going to really be able to see it, but there's kind of like this little corner, and I'm going to just kind of curve in and around. And the reason why I do that, and I do that on every single one of them, so that these fold in nice and even. And there's no exact measurement. You just kind of do your best and just get those corners off, and that way you can easily fold these over. Okay, Take Pick tool again, and I'm lifting that tape up one more time on the other side. Then I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to fold in the sides, all 4 sides. Just folding them in. All right. Now, this piece of paper right here, this was your 5 3/4 by 3.5. this is going to go right here. Now, just this center section right here is the only thing that's sticky. For ease today, I'm just going to take my Tombow glue, and I am going to come in here, and we're just going to put it on the sides. Now, this would be another thing. You could use your Stampin' Seal, and we'll try it. But I'm just putting it on the sides here. I'm not putting a whole bunch because I don't want it to squeeze out the corners and have a big mess. So, just going to take this. Oops, keep it in the camera, Lori. And I'm just going to put it down here. And I'm going to use my bone folder and come across and just make it even. So, when I did this box, and I don't know, this is me, and it's me being picky. I could see my paper on my edges here. I don't know. If I were doing this for me, like, that's not that big of a deal. But if you were making it for a gift, it might be a big deal to you. I would recommend turning this over. That's just the bottom. Nobody's going to see it. And I'll pull it up here, but see how there's an edge all the way around? You know, these are going to go right here. So if you want to be particular, you can make sure those are inside. And you can still see these corners, and that's okay. Since we cut them like that, they're nice and pretty corners. Or you could flip it over and go like this, and there's not really going to be, you're not going to be able to tell. So that's up to you. You do what you want to do, but that was just a suggestion. That's just something, you know, when I go to bed at night, I think of different things. Okay, so we have this piece. We're going to do the same thing to all of these pieces. So let's grab our two sides. All right. These pieces are 4 by 7, 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. And again, I will have all those dimensions for you. So let's do this one. Again, we're just going to take our tape pick tool and pull up that backing on that tape. And then I'm going to just take my paper and flip it over and try not to make it stick everywhere because it's very sticky. All right, and I'm just trying to center it. Not really. It doesn't have to be perfect. And again, I'm just coming by and I'm just creasing those edges. I'm going to use my bone folder. Crease all of those edges. Just like that. And then don't forget, you got to come in and just cut those corners. Just kind of cut a little semicircle. Just so that you get good folds. The nice thing about this is you can use any type of paper. I would love it if you ordered paper from me. And if you wanted to make something like this, I can show you all of our designer series paper. They're all beautiful. We've got seashell one right now that is absolutely gorgeous. I just placed an order, and there's a floral one. I cannot wait to get that paper because when that paper comes in, I'm going to actually do a notebook. I already have big plans in line for that one. Okay, so then I'm grabbing my other piece of paper, and it's just going to fit right there. Now, this paper right here certainly doesn't have to match your back paper. I chose to do that. You don't have to do that. But, you know, I could pick Rococo Rose. That's what color's in here. Or Midnight Navy. I could pick that. Or Seaside Spray. I could pick any color of cardstock and put it on the outside. That would work just as well. Okay, let's try this. Let's just experiment here because I think this will work just fine too. Although you're wasting a lot of your Stampin' Seal. So I don't know if I think that's a good idea, but let's just try it. Let's see how it works. And it works just fine. It works perfectly. And it's down. So yeah, you could use Tombow glue. You could use your Stampin' Seal. Or you could get the adhesive strips and do that. All right. I have one side completely done to my box. So this side will go here. All right, let's do the other one. It is really starting to snow here. I'll pull that off. Pull that off. Turn the paper over. And just kind of try to center it the best you can. Just getting it tight. Coming in. All right. Then we're going to come in and pull this up again. I should have cut before I did that. I don't know how many times when I was making the other one over there, I forgot to cut these sides, and I had to cut them after it was already glued down, and I said to myself, Self, make sure you don't do that when you're doing the live videos, because it'll be a mess. Okay, so basically, if you forget to cut those corners, you can fix it. It's not that big of a deal. See, and they come right in. They make nice edges. Come in just like that. And then I have my other piece. It's going to go right there. And let me show you this. So basically, same as I did on the cardstock, I'm just going to put that down on my paper. And I just ripped it like I did my other one. So it is easy to rip. Pop that off. And then come in here with my Take Pick tool, and that just pulls that right off. Hold it right off. Flip this over, and 2 sticky sides, and we are down, and side 2 is done. All right, here we go. Coming to the end. All right. Look, I'm getting antsy. I'm like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. Then you're going to have your side pieces, your small sides. They're going to be 4 by 4 and 3 1/8 by 2 3/4. So those are my measurements for my sides. And again, I'm just coming in here and all right. And taking off my paper. So the nice thing about this is truly, like, I made this to fit my my paper pumpkin stamps. And this one is going to fit all of my embellishments. I'm going to put all my embellishments in it. But I literally, like, I made these. So I set my embellishment on my counter, or I stuck my paper pumpkin on my mat here, and I said, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4, and then I went 1 inch out on each one of them. So that's how I got my base. I pretty much, except this one's kind of small, but that's how I look. Did you see what I just did? I didn't cut because I was talking. So let's just cut this real quick. See? And if you do that, it's okay. You can just cut it and fix it. It's not the best way to do it, but you know, it can be fixed. I'm going to cut these little things off here. You got lots of little paper scraps all over the place. I wouldn't recommend it. But anyways, so once I figured out, you know, my base, then I made my inside pieces. All right. Okay. And then let's see here. Let's use this again because that was pretty easy. And I don't have to put any in the center here because it's sticky from the tape that I put down already. And we're just going to pop that down. So there's one side. And let's do the last side. Are you guys liking this? Is this fun? If it is, give me a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. If you want to see more crafts like these and making of cards, hit that bell button on YouTube. And I will do more crafts like these. And I'm just doing these sides, making sure that they're not going to rip on me. I really enjoyed doing this. And I opened up my Instagram this morning and I had 67 likes. And I called my mom immediately. I'm like, ah! I was so excited. So yeah. If you have Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. I post my cards and the things that I'm doing on Instagram also. So I'm just coming back in here, folding in these sides. All right. And then all I have to do is put on this bottom, or this last piece here, and then we can start putting this baby together. And I'll have a nice little box for all of my embellishments. Now, for my paper pumpkin box, I made the cutest sign, and I'm gonna show it to you here. And then after I made it, I thought, oh, I'm gonna do a video on Friday on how to make this sign, in case anybody wants to make their box and then they want to make the sign. Oh my goodness, so cute. All right, so I have my 4 sides. Finished with my tools here. I do need my Tombow glue now. Clean up my workstation here so I can stay organized. All right. So, on this one, I'm going to turn my base over. That's the way I want to do it on this one. So this is going to be my base. Then I have my 2 sides, right? And then I have my side parts. And once all of this is glued together, and you're going to see how simple it is, it's going to fit right there on that base, and it's going to be a nice little box for my embellishments. All right, so kind of got to be tricky here and outsmart the glue, but this glue seals very quickly. And I'm just taking a bead and I'm just putting it on the bottom of my box here. Now, I've got a lot of glue there. And I don't have paper towel. You should have paper towel with you, or a baby wipe or something, so that if you make a mess, you can clean it up. And we're going to grab one here in a second because this is messy. All right. I'm just going to hold it there for a second. And I'm going to have to come a little bit further out. And I'm literally, I don't know that you can see this, but I am coming all the way to the edge here. And I'm just going to hold that there for a second. And I'm just using my fingers to wipe up that excess glue. And I'm just holding it to give it a chance to set up. When I was making the first one, oh, it was a mess. It was flying everywhere. But I eventually got it. And I would say this right here is probably your trickiest part. Oh, it's already set up. Look at that. It's already set. Now, I don't want to move that a bunch, because if I do, it's going to fall over, and I'm not going to be able to use it. I would suggest having either baby wipes close by to wipe off your hands, or having paper towels so you can wipe off. Okay. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this side piece. So I'm going to take my glue again, and I'm trying not to get as messy with it. And I'm not even in the screen. Sorry. And I'm just adding the glue along the side here. But it also has to stick to the other 2 sides. So I'm going to put that one there. And I've got to put it along here. Just like that. Alright. And I'm just going to stick it on here to the outside. And I do have a lot of glue, like, on the side. And There's really nothing I can do about that right now. Not until I get all my pieces up, then I can go in and I can clean it up. So then I got that glue there, so I need glue here. And again, I'm just putting it along the bottom. And I'm having a hard time staying straight today, so sorry about that. That happens. I'm just going to come to the outside here and stick to that one. And I'm just pressing lightly together so that they will kind of adhere together. Press down so that it'll adhere to the bottom. Just like that. And if you move it right away, you have plenty of flexibility to move your sides around. And then the last thing I have to do is come in with this last piece. I'm just going to put the glue here and along the bottom. My hands are shaking. I need to eat some lunch. My blood sugar is probably dropping. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to put this last side in, just like that. And I'm going to get everything squared up. And press down, press in, just like that. Isn't that adorable? And again, I still have plenty of room to kind of move stuff around with. And I'm going to come in with my baby wipe, and I'm just going to kind of clean up the outside area here, because there's a little bit of glue. And I'm going to go on the inside and just kind of do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of clean up the excess glue that spread out while I was squishing it down. And then I'm going to go in here. Ooh, it is really coming down outside. For a minute there, I thought the weather people didn't have a clue what they were talking about. Maybe they should be fired. But it is really coming down. And I'm just taking and I'm squeezing the sides to make sure that it's adhering good. And look, a little bit more glue popped out, so I'm just going to wipe that off. Isn't that adorable? So, so cute. And I'm going to use my Take Pick tool because I can see some glue here in the corner kind of cluster up. And so I just want to make sure that that is good here in the corner. And you may just have to keep cleaning it up a little bit. If anything comes loose, then just don't worry about it. Go back in, add a little bit of glue to it. I had to do that on my my other one that I did. Look at this base. Okay, I want to show you this because I think it looks so much better. So this was the one that I did last night. And see how I have so much room here on the side? See that? It doesn't bother me. But this one turned out so pretty. The base looks really good. And I don't know. See the bottom? You can see it. Maybe I should have flipped it over and had a nice finish. But I don't know. I think it looks great. And look at this. Watch, I'm going to show you. Look, my papers, my embellishments, they're going to fit right in there. However I want to do it. They're going to be right in there. And I'm going to be able to stick them right inside. Now I'm going to take these out because I don't want anything to knock over. But I have plenty of room for even more embellishments. Isn't that great? Nice little box. I can sit it on my desk, or actually I'm going to actually sit it inside my container here. But isn't that great? Look at that. Two boxes. Now, this is what I did for my paper pumpkin, and I'm going to pull in my screen here so you can see this. Ooh, wrong way. I made this little sign right here. Here we go. I made this sign, paper pumpkin, and I used one of our stamp sets, and I used Stamparatus. And if you come back on Friday, I will show you how to use the Stamparatus and how I made this cute sign for my paper pumpkin. And while you're here with me, I'm going to just go ahead and I am going to put it on my box right here on the front. Let's pull out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Right here. I hope that I put this camera back on right and everything's not upside down. Oh my goodness, I just thought about that. Ugh. Well, nobody has said anything and I don't have any comments, so hopefully. And there you go. I have my paper pumpkin box with my paper pumpkin stamps. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to make my tabs so that I know what each one of these are. And isn't that amazing? Alrighty. Thank you very much for staying with me and watching me create this box for my embellishments and for my paper pumpkins. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me something that says that you liked what I created. I will make sure in YouTube I put all of the measurements to create this box. If you would like to get some of the designer series paper, we still have our sale going on, so you can cash in on that and get some of this wonderful paper. You have to buy $50 worth Stampin' Up! Products to qualify for the free paper. And that is actually the only way that you can get this celebration paper that I have here. Let's see, what else? If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to send me an email, Lori@harvestlanecraftique.com. Let's see. And my Stampin' Up! Store is Lori Johnson1 at .stampinup.net. So it's LoriJohnson1.stampinup.net. That's my Stampin' Up! Store. Okay? And here is my website, harvestlanecraftique.com, and I will leave all the instructions on the website also in my blog showing you everything that I did to create this box. You have a blessed day. Stay warm. See ya.